morning to you and welcome to Wake Up with Joy. Now, I hope you woke up this beautiful, glorious morning feeling truly energized. We have been talking about fears. So, the fears that are stopping you from really accelerating in your growth. And in our last videos, we talked about 3 types of fear. Of course, there are more. But we focused on the fear of failure, the fear of rejection, and the fear of not being good enough and coming out of your comfort zone. So these were some of the fears that we felt could be limiting you to really arriving at where you need to be in your life. Because in the previous videos, we talked about looking at where you were at now in life. And then I challenged you to look at a vision of success of where you believe you ought to be operating in. And then we looked at what was stopping you in terms of getting there. And the limitations, of course, were the fears that we've just been talking about. So, right. Today, I want you now to take each one of those fears and to see how those fears have actually limited you. And I'm going to do that this morning in form of asking you a question. So let's take the first fear, the fear of failure. What has the fear of failure cost you? What has it cost you in your life? That fear of feeling that each time you want to embark on something that you're going to fail and so you don't do it. What has it cost you? If you didn't have that fear of failure, where would you be now? So obviously, it's cost you something. Could it be that the fear of failure has cost you having to accelerate in your growth or in your personal or professional development? Because until you identify that which it has cost you, then it's difficult for you to move forward. Let's do the same for the fear of rejection. What has the fear of rejection cost you? You can even be more specific in terms of looking at specific areas in your life. So if you look at perhaps even relationships, what has the fear of rejection cost you in your relationship? Has it made you perhaps not to go into the relationship that you desire because you're afraid that people are not going to like you or people are not going to respond to you? Has the fear of rejection meant that you are not climbing that career ladder? What does it cost you? And I hope that you're thinking about this. And you're not only thinking about this, you're writing it down. These are serious questions. And let's take the third. The fear of coming out of your comfort zone. It's a biggie. What does it cost you? What has the fear of coming out of your comfort zone cost you? Could it be that because you are not wanting to change, you have remained just stuck? So while other people are really advancing and accelerating and doing great and amazing things, because of this fear, you have just remained stuck. you need to feel this. You need to really understand, because when you think, oh my goodness, it's cost me. It's cost me a lifestyle that I could have had. It's cost me my family. It's cost me my friends. It's cost me my self-respect, my dignity. What does it cost you? Because until we nail that, almost as a pain to say, I don't want to ever be there again. That's the cost that fear has brought to me. Then it's difficult for us to move on. So I hope you're taking time today to really write these things down. Now, I believe that you've written what it's cost you. How are you feeling? You should be feeling frustrated and saying, you know what? I don't like this. We need to feel it in here, because that's the first stage of saying enough is enough. Once we know what fear has cost us, then we will make up our minds today that fear will no longer be a limitation in our lives, because we will not settle for less. So as you ponder on this, and you take time to ask those questions, in the meantime, live life with joy.